Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again, of course, to another Paladins video. We are back on the public test server. We're going to be playing some Grohk today with his new pretty substantial buffs. Most of the other gameplay things in this update are just nerfs, which aren't as fun to make videos on, so I'm not going to be covering those. Grohk got a small buff to his ultimate, which I don't know if it's really worth doing a whole video on. Also Octavia, but I covered her already, so I thought it made sense to do Grohk next, and then maybe the skins and maybe the limited modes. We'll see, it depends on how much time I have on the PTS. But this buff to Grohk is something that I could easily see a lot of people missing, so I wanted to make sure that I covered this one in a video. It's a buff to his totems and the way that the cooldowns work on them. I'm sure you already know how they work in live, so I'm not going to explain that, but what's going to be happening in the upcoming update, and is currently on the PTS, I'm sure it'll go through the same way with very minor changes, is that they all have independent cooldowns instead of them triggering one after the other. So basically if you throw them all down around the same sort of time, they'll all come off cooldown at the same sort of time instead of waiting for one cooldown and then the other one starts and the other one starts. I'm sure you kind of get what I mean. If I didn't explain that very well or you don't get what I mean, don't worry, you'll understand it as soon as we jump into a match, but we'll be grabbing Totemic Ward just so we have the 3 charges to demonstrate it a little bit better, and so far this is actually proving to be pretty damn strong. Played it already off camera and I've gone against it and played with it on my team a ton, and Grohk's healing capability with this is actually kind of mental. I have put together a bit of a loadout here to combo with it, but you definitely don't need to. You'll notice it even if you go for damage Grohk, because your totems will be up a little bit more often, but we've got extra health, we've got movement speed whenever they're in the range of our totems, and this does stack just like the heal, so the movement speed buff with this can be kind of ridiculous, and then also a bit of extra health just so they're a bit harder to destroy. They're only up for like 6 seconds anyway, so you don't really need this, but just to make it a little bit more annoying to get rid of. Then a bit of extra range and a bit of extra ammo alongside the other changes that Grohk got recently with his totem, so they're a little bit easier to place, and a few other kind of quality of life stuff. He's actually in a pretty good spot at the moment, I would say. Alright, well for game 1 we've got Siege Aggro Falls, of course, because it is the only map we can get. We've got a Vatu, shoutouts to him by the way. We've also got a Buck with a new skin, a Barrack and a Drogos. Should be a pretty good situation to show it off, although we can't really heal Drogos that much, or Vatu's going to be jumping around. Barrack should combo quite well, although Inara would have been better. They have a Grohk and an Inara and a Vatu, then a Lian and an Eevee, so I'll go ahead and grab our Totemic Ward and then the build, just to show you how crazy the movement speed is with this. If we throw all 3 of them down, you really do zoom, and this also will be an easy demonstration for the way the new cooldown will work. Obviously because of the way it worked before, they would actually have to finish the cooldown of the first one before the second or the third one would start going on cooldown, so this talent is getting a massive buff in the update because they all just got cleared, and now we can throw all 3 of them back up again. We've got Bulk Up, Enveloping Shadow, we'll throw a Q there for the, I guess, Barrack, we'll throw another one, and Fortify and Fusillade, we'll throw one over there on left as well. If it gets another Totemic Ward, and I didn't get to read the rest, we'll throw that, get a bounce, which actually landed but didn't really spread at all, we'll throw another Q. The amount of healing you have with this, especially with the talent, is genuinely kind of ridiculous. We're just going to trade him with him here. We'll throw the Q down, thought Eevee was going in for an ult, but I guess not. Vatu's there on left side, my whole team's also on left. Seems like we're managing to hold the objective kind of well. I'm trying to play a bit of a hybrid, but we don't have very much ammo, so it's kind of hard to do. We're just kind of zooming around, their Grohk's doing the same thing. Kind of a ridiculous amount of totems here, but obviously our right click doesn't spread, so it's not really helping us too much. There's a right click off the Inara. I don't know if she was even here beforehand. I think that's actually the first time she's ran in. Either that or she was on left side and I didn't notice. I have no idea, but there is the objective captured. Vatu's cleared, and the rest of the talents are Alacrity, Wormhole, Mother's Grace, and Omnipresence. Took me fucking forever to get to that. Honestly, it feels a hell of a lot better to play Grohk like this, and I'm really glad they made this change. I hope they don't revert it because it is the test server, so none of this is necessarily final. I imagine the cooldown might need to be adjusted a little bit because it is a little bit too good, I would actually say. I reckon they need to add a little bit of extra cooldown to the totem, or maybe make like a little bit of an internal timer between when you can spam it, because it's a little bit too much. I feel like the extra cooldown will probably be enough, because then once you get max Chronos it will still be just as strong. Went for the ultimate, just kind of ticking as much people here as we can. We'll throw another Q down for the Vatu. I don't know if he just ulted or what just happened. We'll just drop the totems. Barrack is kind of out of the range here. There is the F. We're going to push up, drop a Q. Should be able to finish off the Lian. Maybe not. I'm definitely dead, but I'm going to try and dance around in these. Definitely going to be a bit of a hectic one. We'll throw our totem all the way up there for the Barrack. It doesn't heal for very long after they dip out of it, so we do need to place it pretty well here. That's why I went for the extra range. There's a bounce. It does actually work off the Inara totem. We'll drop another Q. Lian is not looking too good. We'll throw that up a bit. Sadly, the Drogos did get cleared because we can't really heal him in the air. The totem doesn't heal upwards very much. We'll drop that up there for him, but I think he might still be dead. Hello, Vatu. There's a Q for me, but he's gone. Push up here with the Barrack. Throw the Q. They're all on left side, so maybe this will work out for us. I don't know. That is the F. Jesus Christ, I took a mad amount of damage right there in like the space of half a second. There goes the Lian. That's the Grohk going for the ult. Totally thought I was dead there, but I guess he managed to live. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by more stuff. Eevee's hitting me a little bit. There goes the Vatu. I totally thought I was a goner there. I was just kind of in the middle on my own. Barrack retreated, and I guess we're fine. Really, genuinely quite surprised that worked. And I was running in here on the left side. I'm pretty sure she's a person. She is playing kind of weird. Yeah, she's definitely a person, but she's playing a little bit odd. Do have the ultimate up. We got rid of their Grohk though, so I don't think I need to use it. I'm just throwing out a silly amount of my totems right now. We've only got like flipping Chronos 2 and we're already spamming a mad amount of stuff. We dodged the Lian. I could go for mine, but I feel like I don't need to here. We've pretty much cleared them without it, so it's just the Grohk and the Eevee left. Team is pushing up a little bit too much here because I can't get rid of the Grohk on my own. I do not have any Hi-Rez, which I should probably get to make our lives a little bit easier. There's another totem. There's a bounce. Just shredded the second she ran in. We're absolutely going through him here. There goes the Inara, and there we go. Finally got the push successful. 2-0. I'm healing for quite a lot here. Already gone ahead and finished off our Chronos. We don't really need Nimble because we have movement speed on the Q, 32% whenever we're in the totem, and it does stack, so we really don't need the extra speed there. But I should probably get some cauterize next and some damage reduction, I reckon. Gonna go for the ult kind of early. That's the Inara going for it. There goes the Grohk. I guess we actually used our ult quite well there to counter. We got rid of the Leon. I'm going to push up on the Vatu with our speed buff and see if we can get rid of him, because I think he is just here on left side. Buck chased as well, so we got a pretty free kill on him. I'll throw that Q up, which is why we have the extra range in there. You could easily not include it if you're on a smaller map, but I reckon for ones like this, it's definitely useful to have so we can push it up like that. If he retreats a little bit here, we can get some pretty big heals to him, because I have got like 3 totems pretty much just stacked on top of each other. Grohk's trying to run in. There we go. Inara was behind me. I don't know how long she was stood there, because I have my sound way too low and I'm recording to be able to tell. Vatu's going for the ult. You actually can wiggle a little bit while you're using it, and I don't know if I pointed that out in the first videos I made with him, but I'll be doing more anyway. There's a Q, and that is going to be the 3-0. I think Inara might have actually been behind me for a minute then. I just didn't even turn around. Just too busy standing here throwing out my totems and stuff, trying to heal the team. We'll throw another one up there for the barrack. 2 just here. There we go. Get some pretty big numbers going with that. We'll drop another one kind of further back so we can retreat if we need to. Barrack's still just dancing around. We've given him so much movement speed that it's definitely harder to hit him, and especially with the shield and stuff, he has a lot of kind of extra stuff to protect him. There's my ghost walk that lasts ages. We managed to just avoid that EV entirely. Hello Vatu, you're ulting behind me. Drop another Q, just stay in range of these heals. We'll drop one there for the barrack. There's a bounce off the Inara. We'll throw another one kind of forward a little bit. There we go. He's back up. Seen him glide around. Looks like he's flipping ice skating. I tried to get a bounce off the Grohk totem for some reason. Might as well go for the ult. I don't know if I needed to there, but this should help us push him back a little bit, and then we can stand up here, get rid of the Vatu, throw a Q forward for the barrack. Looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward 4-0. We'll throw another little Q there on the side. We'll drop another one a little bit more forward because they do push up quite a lot. There's another Q. We'll go into the ghost walk just to avoid anything. Don't know if anybody was even trying to do anything there. There's another Q. There's another one just here, healing him on the top. He's just dancing around. Right click off of him. Evie's going for the ult, but I think we're fine. The was on left there on no health. She's going for the ult. I was just trying to use my F. There's the ghost walk. I guess we should be able to heal up at least a little bit. There's a Q. There's another one. There's a tiny internal timer on it, but it isn't very much at all. Got it right to the end, but we weren't able to finish it off. I managed to finish off our morale boost though, because we had like freaking 1500 credits. We'll drop another one just here. Nara's going for the wall, but our barrack managed to just about dash over it or get under it before she threw it up. Drogo's with the punch. Grohk's going for the ult. I'm trying to take him here, but I'm not going to be able to deal enough damage. Should we go for ours as well to counter it? Yeah, sure. Why not? There we go. Won the team fight. Just Nara left, and that is going to be the 4-0, I reckon. Evie's going to try and jump in here to save it. She's jumping on the ice block with some mad movement, but she's definitely gone. Vatu's trying to do something here as well, but he's out. And there we go. There is the victory. Vatu posed there on the side, looking rather cinematic. I reckon we did pretty good there. I think I did a good job of showing off how ridiculous Grohk heals are at the moment with this change, plus the movement speed buff. You just have a totem out pretty much permanently, if not 2 or 3 of them. And yeah, there we go. There are the stats. Our Buck did a really good job. We did super solid there. I actually had way more damage than I was expecting. Did not feel like I did 58k, but apparently we did. We played the objective a ton. Barrack also did a great job there. So did Drogo's, and our Vatu also did pretty good. For their side, their Inara was playing kind of weird. Their Vatu also struggled quite a bit there. Their Grohk did a good job though. Very similar damage and healing numbers to us. I don't know what he was running for the setup. He was actually going for even more of a totem spam setup with like cooldown reduction on the ghost walk and extra range and stuff. Although I feel like our setup worked quite a bit better there. Leanne did fine. She could have done better, but she didn't do too bad. And same thing really with the Eevee. We'll re-queue for another one. Jump into game 2. We've got a Buck. We've got a Corvus. We've got an Andrew and a Makoa. First time without a Vatu on both sides. They have one of course. Then they have a Maeve, a Xin, a Genos, and a Strix. So a bit different on both sides. We'll go ahead and grab Totemic Ward and the setup, which I did change a little bit so we can focus on damage a tiny bit more. We'll grab our Chronos. So we've got Bulk Up, Spreading Influence, Curse Revolver, and then Pluck. Into round 1 we go. Nocturnal Luminary, Yomi, Rogue's Gambit, and then an Earring. Okay, so full damage pretty much on their side. Don't know if we're running down the middle or what's the plan, but we'll throw that there. We'll throw another one kind of forward and just get him to the objective. He got kind of battered there by the team. We hit the bounce, but no one else. Sure, just hit him with as much healing as we can get him with. There's a right click. About to teleport in. There's a Q for the Corvus. There's a Q for the Makoa. We'll drop another one there for him. He pulls up that shield and he's just going to get healed up incredibly quick. Still not sure if this would be a good idea to use with like the one that gives you a heal on the left click. If you wanted to get even more healing, that's definitely an option because obviously you can have 2 totems and you're going to heal a little bit less with them, but I think that might actually be a decent trade-off if you don't want to play damage. Anyway, there we go. There's the objective capture. That was incredibly quick. We killed the Xin. Hello Vatu. There's a little bit of damage for you. We'll drop that there. I think it really just depends on how much you value the speed buff that you can give with these totems. Honestly, for me, the speed buff is what turns this into just a really kind of ridiculous setup because 32% whenever someone's in your totem and the range is pretty big is just really useful, let alone when you've got somebody on your team like Term or Summon. Right there for the Strix. It is kind of rough before you get max Chronos, but even then you can still have them out pretty damn often. They're only down for like a second or 2. We're going to go into that. We'll get some shots on him, finish him off. Hello Maeve. I'm going to go for the ult just to finish off this team fight. Don't think I really needed to, but we might as well. Do I push in? Is that a good idea? I guess I tried to. It didn't really work. Melt through this in if we can just finish him off. He's not looking too good, but he is getting heals. There's a Q. There's another one. Strix. There's some shots for you. He's not looking too good. My coach is going to finish him off. We're just kind of steamrolling this objective right now. We've got a whole minute 20 and we're right at the end already. Maeve's just running away. There's another Q. Dead to the Xin ult, of course. He just went ahead and picked me out. We'll go ahead and grab some Chronos and just run right back in. Team's doing work. And there is the 2-0. We're just shredding them in this one. Obviously, we're going to have way more presence on the point. We've got a Makoa and 2 healers, whereas they have like a full flank team pretty much, and a Strix and then a Genos. Into round 2 we go. I'm going to just throw these on the point for the Makoa again. He's just going to stand there with the shield. I don't really know what Strix is trying to do with the tactic of just standing there getting free shots on us because because I can heal and obviously Makoa can block. You know, he's going to have a pretty good damage stat, but he's not really providing very much to the match because we're just healing and Makoa's even dodging because of the speed and stuff. There's the Q, he's pulling up the shield, just going to stand here and wait and then throw the totems out in a minute. Drop another one just there, Zin's just throwing out some slashes. The Andros on the left side, but the course is healing him up, actually finding somebody, but there we go, there's the objective capture. They didn't even touch the objective. Again, we just straight up got a free 3-0. Dropped a Q kind of forward, that is Vatu with the ultimate. I keep wanting to call Vatu Corvus, but I guess we have one in this match, so it's a little bit easier for me to differentiate it. We'll throw the Q there, don't know where anybody even is. There's another Q, may have ulted, but it didn't even matter. Gotta say, Akko is tanking a ridiculous amount of damage in this one. It's probably not going to show too much in the video. He's getting his health like lowered a ton, but we're just healing him up back up to full within like a second or two. There goes the buck though, he did get pretty bursted. That's Genos with the ult, bit of a weird angle. Akko ulted, there's that. I'm going to go for the F. I think he actually ulted and picked me up. I'm not sure. He's just going to stand there. I don't know how the hell that even happened. Went for the ult though. Makoa is actually gone. I think there's a Q, there's another one and one more. I'm just going to drop all three, stand kind of here, see if I can fight until my ghost walks up. Never mind, just took 3k from Zin over the course of that fight. Right click there for the Strix again. A little bit of a cheeky bounce. There goes the Genos. Very free kill. There goes the Strix as well. Me and Buck just going to push up here, melt through the Vatu. He's out. Going to the ghost walk to avoid the Zin. Makoa's just providing me a little portable shield. We'll drop another Q, bounce off of him, which ain't going to flipping hit anybody, but he is gone. Makoa with a god tier hook right there. Gotta say that Zin's gotten pretty unlucky with the timing on stuff. We dodged an ultimate and that counter was up like a millisecond after the Makoa hooked him. That is Vatu with the ult, which we dodged because the size of it isn't very big. There's the F. Drop another Q here for the Makoa. We got rid of the Strix. Just damage here on the Vatu. He's teleporting around. There's another one. He is out. And there we go. There is the victory. Overall, another pretty solid match. We definitely did better in that one because of the team we comp, but I think as a team there, we still played really well. And I think I showed off healing Grohk again pretty damn well. Very similar to game one overall. 8-2, 8, 28k, 64k. Happy with that. For the rest of the stats, our Corvus did pretty good. Our Andro did fine. And Makoa played the objective very ridiculous amount. Buck also shredded. For their side there, Maeve did pretty good, although I barely even noticed her in that match. The Strix did, I guess, okay, but he wasn't really doing very much, just kind of shooting the Makoa. The Zin definitely caused me the most trouble. I think I played with him before because I do recognize the name. The Genos did pretty good, although he was a free kill a couple times there. I think I killed him 2 out of those 4, and then the Vatu did pretty average for that match. So yeah, that was the new way that the Grohk healing totem works. I don't really know a better way to explain it. I feel like I showed it off pretty well. Like I said, I think this will be pretty damn good if this does go into live. I don't know if I'd say it's overpowered because I still don't know if I prefer this to Spirit's Domain and like the normal way of kind of healing Grohk or damage Grohk, so I'd just say it's good now, whereas before it was pretty damn bad. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on it because this is something you definitely could argue might be overpowered, and maybe they should add like a second to the totem or something, or maybe if you go for Totemic Ward, the healing extra is a little bit less. I don't think it would be a crazy big deal if it went through the exact same way, and I'm glad that this is actually a change that they're implementing, because without this, the other way of playing Grohk healing without Spirit's Domain isn't really that viable. And even if you don't play Grohk around the healing totem, if you're playing with Spirit's Domain, you'll still notice this change, and if you play with Maelstrom, it's also going to be kind of noticeable. But yeah, let me know. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Of course, let me know also what you want to see me do next. I'll see you guys all very, very soon, and as always, stay Frost.